This trip is gonna be a wet one, as you can tell already. Probably gonna rain all day today, 50% chance all day tomorrow. Out here in the Smoky Mountains again with some special guests. We got Andy Schill. We got Dan Becker, the man himself, straight off the boat from Wisconsin. And Kevin Schill back there as well. And it's gonna get cold. I think the forecast the other day was saying lows of like 25. That was nice, probably just poked a hole in my pack. But we're going up high elevation. That was Gatlinburg, so we're gonna be a couple thousand feet above that. So we could see temperatures down in the low teens. So looking a little bit warmer today. So we might get lucky, but it's gonna be a fun one. Really cold. Definitely the most uncomfortable I've ever been setting up camp. My hands are so cold I can hardly bend my thumbs. It took me like 5 solid minutes to put these gloves on. Try to get these shoes off, get some dry socks on, because my feet are soaked and cold. Other than that, I'm fine. It's just my limbs just don't stay warm. My extremities. Invaluable piece of backpacking gear. Having something to wipe up moisture in your tent is so nice. Oh, look at that. In the tent, I think, for the night. I'm gonna actually sit here in my vestibule and try to cook some Mountain House, eat something. But dude, it's cold. Like, I'm warm here. I had my feet warmed up pretty good, and then got out and immediately they're just cold. So we're probably gonna just hang out in the tents a little bit tonight. But Dan's pack soaked through a little bit. His quilt's a little bit wet. I know, I just heard like 2 seconds ago Andy, one of his spreader bars on his bridge hammock, the banyan, broke. So I don't know if he's gonna have to figure up a trekking pole or something to get his hammock to work right. But it's not ideal conditions right now. This is type 2 fun at its best right here. It's funny to me because I know how the talk of this trip to come will probably be brought up a lot, because this is just, it's cold. I think we're only at like 2,800 feet, but it's cold. It's really cold. It's not gonna stop raining. I'm just, hopefully we can get some dry weather this weekend. Fingers crossed. Everybody's good tonight, and I'll see you guys in the morning. That's not my food bag. Well, it's day 2 here in the Great Smoky Mountains. We stayed at this pretty cool looking campsite. It's pretty, but it's not very tent friendly. It took a little bit of finagling to figure out where to fit everybody. Dan's pack ended up soaking through and got his quilt wet, and he ended up making the call and hiked out in the middle of the night in the rain. So that sucks. I really hope he made it out okay. But he said he's going to try to meet us at the other campsite. He's going to probably hit the loop backwards and meet us out there at I think it was campsite 29 tonight. It was a rough one. When it's this cold and rains this much, it's super hard to keep everything dry. Even though I was dry and warm all night, I woke up about 5 and just everything in my tent was soaked from condensation. I opened up the vestibule like this to kind of let some of the steam out hours ago, and it's kind of drying up my bag a little bit, but the footbox of my quilt is pretty wet. So I'm a little concerned. As long as we don't get any rain today and we can have a fire tonight, we'll be fine, but just lots of problems. Andy's hammock, he's got a bridge hammock, so it has like 2 bars, that like spreader bars that are needed to set it up, and one of them broke last night, so I don't think that was too comfortable for him. We're gonna make some breakfast here and get warmed up and then get moving.
I mean, honestly, they're biodegradable. Bryce, I'll take a venti iced
Yeah,
macchiato.
I'll take an Americano, please, iced.
Coming right up. Can I get a name for that order?
Becker.
Dan?
Stop recording before you said that.
I can do it real quick again, if you want.
Really good.
Dan? Venti?
Should we just do this trip and pretend like Dan's here the whole time? Just like talk to him off camera.
Hey, Dan.
So if you guys caught my last video, just totally ripping these guys a new one for wearing down pants and down booties. And I kind of knew going into this trip they're probably gonna make me eat my words. And my toes are just numb as shit right now. So looking at these nice toasty warm things.
I feel like I'm in Boca, Florida.
Yeah, he's on the beach right now.
I'm on the beach. Where are you?
I'm not on the beach.
I get a shot of those freaking broken Ziploc bags.
I had food in those.
Well, this one's mine, but yeah, it's all right. But yeah, pretty cold, so stay tuned next week for my why I want down booty video. Show you the little creek we're camped beside here. Really, really rocky campsite, but it is really pretty. You can see it runs all the way down this hill right here. Just had to stick my hands in there to get water. I normally bring a little scoop, and I forgot it on the last 2 trips now, but yeah, got the water filtering right now. Gonna go ahead, start packing up camp. No real rush this morning. You can kind of see the sun starting to pop up over the hill. It's hitting the ridge up here, so we're hoping we get some sun today. The forecast is looking pretty good. How was that banyan last night?
You know, I only broke one of the ridge poles, so you know, 50% sleep. People complain about shoulder squeeze in a ridge hammock, so when you only have one spreader bar and it's the foot end one, you go like this. So, but you know what? I took some Z-Quil and popped in my headphones.
Did you really?
And that was good. Yeah, I took Z-Quil.
Nice.
I was like, I'm gonna have to do something.
Gotta have some sleep aid when you need it out here.
Dude, I had to do it at Katie's bonfire.
Katie's bonfire. You remember that? You were there. Kevin had a pretty flawless night's sleep. I'd say one of the best out of all of us.
Yeah, actually. I was just a little damp.
A little damp? I was really, really damp. Dude, that sun feels so good though.
Feels so good.
We got lucky. It definitely dropped below freezing because his raincoat that he left out was pretty icy. I didn't have ice on anything up there. I think I was just generating so much heat in there, it just melted everything. There was definitely no ice on any of my stuff. You guys are solid 6 feet lower than me down here.
Huge temperature differential.
Oh yeah, 10 degrees. Back on the trail, pack's feeling a lot lighter. I was at 24 pounds yesterday. Ate some food, feeling lighter. Tell you what, it's all this canned water in my pocket here. It's just super heavy. I'm not seeing any Doritos in that pack right there in front of me.
I know.
So yesterday we hiked up about 1,000 feet over a course of 5 miles to our campsite. Today we're going up still, and then we're gonna level off, and then we're gonna drop back down and then go up again. I don't know. But all I know, our campsite is a solid 1,500 feet above where we camped last night. So that's looking at about 10 degrees colder predicted. So could be a colder night. And good news too, Dan is gonna make it back. He got his stuff dried off. We had some service there at the campsite. We talked to him. So he's on his way back. He's got to climb though. We're going this way for a reason. He's got about 3,000 feet vertical climb over 5 or 6 miles to that campsite. So he's gonna be having more fun than us today. We're all kind of anxious to get to camp. Probably not gonna stop for lunch. Just gonna power through, keep warm today, and fingers crossed, no rain. And we have a creeper. There's a creeper upon us.
Yes, sir.
assuming it doesn't stay like that the whole time. That's like really...
Well, we've been doing this climb now for a little while. Starting to sweat, ditch the fleece, and I welcome the warm weather considering what we went through last night. This trail is really, really pretty. Lots of ferns, lots of moss. Typical Smokies, but nonetheless very beautiful. A lot of water crossings on this route. Started out on Gabe's Mountain Trail. Stayed at campsite 34. To Madron Trail, and we're going to campsite 29 tonight. We have about 3 miles more to go. Should be at camp maybe a little bit after 2 o'clock. The more time to dry stuff out, the better. We're definitely getting higher. Quite a bit more snow up here. So we were debating whether or not it snowed last night up here rather than rain. The campsite was 4,000 or 4,500 feet, I think. Kind of hope we drop below the snow line because it's definitely a lot chillier up here. I'd say a solid 10 degrees. We're following some footprints here. Somebody's wearing ultras in front of us. We're wondering if it might have been Dan and he caught a different trailhead that was closer or something. Slippery. We're starting to get some views out here. It's definitely starting to open up a little bit. Or as Kevin Schill would say, it does not disappoint.
You're a super fan.
I'm a super fan.
Dude, those are Dan's shoes.
Are they?
I don't know, I think they are.
This is really gorgeous up here though. Never seen the Smokies in the winter. I've been up here when it's had a little bit of snow on top of like LeConte, the higher elevations, but that's a good 2,000 feet up from where we are now. But this is really cool, really, really pretty. All the moss and ferns covered in snow. Can't say I've really ever been in an area this green and white. Really enjoying it. Well, we're there, and there's a ton of snow. But we found Dan, he beat us here. He's been here for a little under an hour now. We were following his footprints, so that was him. I think we decided we're gonna go back out to his truck tomorrow. It's like a mile or two less, and what it's gonna do is cut us, or it's gonna be all downhill rather than having to do like another 1,000 foot climb. We were gonna peak out at like 5,500 tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna get set up here. We're gonna try for a fire tonight. Kevin brought some legit fire starters. Well, there's camp for the night. Just getting my quilt out here, assessing the damage. It doesn't feel that bad. Most of it's pretty dry. It's just a little bit in the foot box. What I'll probably have to do is use my down coat around my feet, or I could take a layer of fleece. I have fleece pants on, I have fleece under this. I could do something to wrap my feet up if it's not holding in warmth down in that area. Kevin's assuring me we're having a fire tonight. We'll see how much work he does. Here's our fire pit. I'm posted up right there. Andy's right there, and Kevin and Dan are down the way there. Core!
Look at that, dude!
Oh wow.
Got the core.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
We do a little feather.
Can you feather it slightly?
Bryce, feed the core.
That was gonna roll right out.
All the little dots in the background, you think it would...
All right, well, we're calling it a night. It is, actually, I don't know what time it is. I don't feel like lifting up my sleeve to check, but we had a decent night by the fire there. I mean, it was a fun night by the fire, but decently warm. It wasn't a rager by any means. Everything was super, super wet in this area. That's why I didn't feel like filming anything. It's just too cold. I spent the whole time trying to dry out my socks. My quilt's not bad. It might not be as bad as I thought. If my feet get cold or whatever, take my puffy, wrap it around my feet, or just start putting layers of dry sacks over my feet. I mean, maybe stick them in my backpack. Like, I have layers of material that I can use for insulation, but it's super, super cold, way colder than last night. I brought my shoes inside my tent, so hopefully they stay pliable in the morning so I can get my feet in them. We'll see. It's not only are we up super high, like 4,500 feet elevation, but we're right by water, so it might be a little damp. So yeah, this is gonna be a cold one tonight. Hopefully I can stay warm, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Didn't even get my hands wet. That's always a plus. Well, everybody's up and moving now. It's about 7:45, I think. Everybody made it through the night, it looks like. Definitely cold. I'd say maybe into the teens right now. So I was super, super warm at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, it took me, first off, it took me like 3 hours to get my feet warm last night. I mean, I was like sitting on my feet holding my heels mostly, because I was warming my toes by the fire, but my heels were pretty cold. Took a while to get that warmed up. Once I fell asleep and got up at 1, everything's just soaked in there again. It was just so damp and from condensation, I think. So I opened the vestibule up like this, and I knew it'd kind of lose all my heat, but at least maybe I could get some airflow in there and my body heat, hoping it would melt the stuff on my quilt. I did that till 5 a.m. and then it started really getting cold, so I closed it back up and went back to sleep for a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I started getting a little chilly, like I said, about 5 or so, which is not bad. You know, you make it through the night at that point. I'm doing the bag trick again with my feet, because I got dry, warm socks on now, but my shoes are pretty icy. They're pretty stiff this morning. So I've made an assessment on my previous video of ripping on these guys for their down booties and down pants. With the down booties, I didn't realize you could get a cover for them with rubber so you could walk around, so they're totally usable without getting wet. Well, I think we need to make an apology here to somebody.
I want a separate video.
Oh no, I'm sorry, down booty. I realize that I need you in my life and I can't live without you.
Are you gonna apologize to the pants?
No. I'm not sold on the pants yet.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. So today we're talking about how I slept warm.
So this is my first trip ever using a canister stove. I got the little BRS stove here with a little 4-ounce canister. I've used other people's before, but I've never bought one. I've never brought one on my own. So I just thought they'd be really heavy, and they're really not. I mean, this thing is not bad, and look how tiny that little stove is. This thing is really cool. There's name brands like MSR, like the Pocket Rocket and stoves like that. They're a little bit more expensive. These BRS's, I think I paid $15 for this. Get it on focus. It's like $15 on Amazon. Not disappointed at all with this purchase. Definitely gonna bring this more in the future. I initially got it just for I got it just for like group camps and stuff when I'm impatient. Breakfast today is Mountain House biscuits and gravy. Haven't had this in like probably a year and a half. Mr. Kevin Schill.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how'd you sleep, buddy?
Yo, Inception. Pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
Pretty good. What about you?
I slept all right.
Yeah?
Stayed pretty warm for the most part.
Got the bags on.
It's Tim Watson move.
Is
Bryce,
it?
I have a
Another set of down booties?
Oh no, but I have a
I don't want them anyway, I'm fine.
And the ice broke and like 50 cars went in the water.
Oh my god.
Anybody died?
No, nobody died, but they parked their car. It was like a parking lot on the ice, and it just went,
Do they have like lake trout or anything up there?
Just finishing up my coffee here. We're just hanging out a little bit. We're gonna get packed up, hopefully get on the trail before 10, I think, and that'll give us enough time to get out, drive back to Columbus, and in time to do a live stream for the Shill Brothers channel. So that should be fun. But we're definitely going back out kind of the way we came yesterday. It'll cut off 1,000 feet of climbing. It'll cut off about 2 miles. Still a 5-mile hike. We'll have to do those water crossings again, which kind of suck, but don't have to be too safe about keeping feet dry, because we'll be out today. Back on the trail a little bit after 10 o'clock, so that'll give us some good time to be able to get back home, because I can't stay too long doing a live stream tonight because I got a 2-hour drive back to my house from the Shills. But 5 miles pretty much all downhill today, which is why we're going this route. But we got to cross a lot of water crossings. Kevin already dunked his foot in the one right by the campsite. I don't know if waterproof shoes help when it goes over your shoe. We're on the side of the mountain for a little while that doesn't get sun, but you can see it over here. We'll be cresting around a little bit and we'll get warmed up. Feet are already starting to feel better. We're in this area here with these really big trees. I don't know if it'll come across on camera, but definitely some old growth here in the Smokies. The whole entire area has been logged years and years ago, and there's only a few areas where you can go to see trees this size or bigger. I didn't really know that this was one of those areas though, so it's actually really cool to see that. All right, we're on this pretty wide little road walk here, like a service road or something. We're gonna take this all the way out. A few miles to go. But really cool loop.
Yeah.
And Andy being the only one that's never backpacked Smokies, and you've never even been to the Smokies, have you?
Never.
So tell me, expectation versus reality, what'd you think?
Well, the Smoky Mountains were a lot larger than I thought they would be. And the water features are just impressive. It's really cool how we start with like no snow and then, you know, hike up and it's all covered, so very diverse biome, but very picturesque.
Well, we're about done. We have the truck in our sights. Special thanks to these guys for coming out here with me. Dan, all the way from Wisconsin. Great to see you again, buddy. Shill's, always a pleasure. Heading back to their house now to do a live stream, which by the time you guys see this, it will have been a week or so ago. So make sure you guys check that video out. It's gonna be some, I think it's gonna be a good one. A lot of crazy stuff happened on this trip, but good time as always. Subscribe down below, more videos like this in the future. Smash the notification bell. Smash it.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, thanks again.
Check out Bryce on Instagram.
Yeah, check these guys out too. Links down below.
baby.
Sub to their channels. Great stuff on both of them, and we'll see you on the next one.